Let us proceed with the next part of the lesson, that is leadership of the struggle of 1857. History tells us that during the 18th century, the Mughal Empire had started declining. Due to the inefficient leadership of the Mughal Empire, it had become weak, and therefore there were a number of foreign rulers or kings who wanted to conquer it. One such invader, one such ruler was Nadir Shah Abdali, who took the lead, who took the initiative and attacked India. He wanted to seize, he wanted to conquer the Mughal Empire, and he was very sure that it's very easy to conquer the Mughal Empire because it had become very weak. But he was taken by surprise. Though there were internal fights in India, dear children, between the Marathas and the Mughals, but the moment Nadir Shah Abdali attacked India with the motive to capture the Mughal Empire, the Marathas took the lead to save their Indian territory. The Marathas knew that the Mughal Empire was not in a position to sustain this attack of Nadir Shah Abdali because of the incompetent leadership of the Mughals and the weak position of the entire kingdom, Mughal kingdom. It was not in a position to face or fight with Nadir Shah Abdali, and therefore the Marathas took the responsibility of fighting with Nadir Shah on their shoulders, and they tried to protect the Indian territory against Nadir Shah Abdali. There was a famous battle fought at Panipat for the same reason between Marathas and invader Nadir Shah Abdali. It was the best example which history can quote for us in regard to Hindu-Muslim unity. And the same we are going to see further in the lesson in regard to the uprising of 1857. Children, you must be remembering that there was a long march from the cantonment of Meerut, where the first outbreak took place of the revolt of 1857, and all the Indian sepoys or soldiers marched towards Delhi to declare Bahadur Shah as the Emperor of India so that he can lead all the revolters under one shelter or under one roof. But this Mughal king or Mughal Emperor Bahadur Shah was absolutely incapable. He was incompetent and weak, and therefore he was unable to fight against the Britishers. He couldn't rise for the occasion. He couldn't face the Britishers in the battlefield, and therefore there was no support of the newly declared Emperor of India, that is Bahadur Shah, to the revolters. The other leaders who led the revolt in various parts of India understood that it was not possible for Bahadur Shah to lead the revolt, and therefore they took initiative to come forward so that they could fight against the Britishers unitedly, irrespective of what religion they hailed from. We have very valiant leaders, very brave leaders like Nana Sahib Peshwa, Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi, and Tata Tope, who took up the charge of the freedom struggle of 1857. This was a very, very peculiar characteristic of the revolt of 1857, that is Hindu-Muslim unity. The leaders, irrespective of what caste, creed, religion they belonged to, what community they belonged to, they unitedly fought against the oppressive British rule. We had people like or leaders like Maulavi Ahmad Allah, Kunwar Singh, Mughal commander Bucks Khan, Begum Hazrat Mahal, fighting along with people like Nana Sahib Peshwe, Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi and Tata Tope, thus giving a fierce battle to the Britishers. The nature of the revolt in Delhi, Kanpur, Lucknow, Jhansi, Western Bihar was extremely intense and fierce. Thus, we can say that though in the end we might find, dear children, that the struggle or this fight or this rebellion was crushed, but we can make out that there was a lot of unity in India in those times, particularly Hindu-Muslim unity. And people had given up their differences of caste and creed and had joined hands with a single motive to wipe out the treacherous British rule in India. But unfortunately, this struggle or this fight ended on a very sorry note, and these revolters had to face defeat at the hands of the British people. Let us further study the crushing of this revolt of 1857, or how it was suppressed by the Britishers. As said earlier, that with no reservations of any kind, or what the book says, that the revolters wholeheartedly, devotedly fought against the Britishers, irrespective of their caste, creed, or what professional background they came. There were soldiers, there were peasants, there were artisans, even the sannyasis, people from royal families, the kings, the princely state rulers, the zamindars, the soldiers. Everybody contributed wholeheartedly to this fight against the British. It started with the Indian sepoys or the Indian soldiers who triggered this freedom struggle movement. If you remember, the outburst was the disciplinary action which was taken on the sepoys against when they opposed the use of those newly introduced cartridges. So that triggered the revolt of 1857. But then, though they started with that, they did not plan it well. It was maybe untimely, and therefore it was easily crushed by the Britishers. Initial fight was very fierce and intense. The revolters succeeded at many places initially, but they could not stand long against the British rule, because if we compare, the Britishers, the British administration was very huge, it was massive, and therefore these revolters could not stand long against their fight with the Britishers. The Britishers used all kinds of ways and means and methodologies to curb or to crush this revolt. Though initially the Britishers faced a lot of setbacks, they lost at many places, there were huge monetary losses, financial losses also, which the Britishers had to bear and face. But then it was easy for the Britishers to cope up with all these losses, and within a span of 6 months, they regained or got back all their territories and recovered from all the financial losses. Moreover, good leaders, competent and very, very courageous and valiant leaders like Rani Lakshmibai, Kunwar Singh, Ahmadullah, became martyrs in this fight. They lost their lives while fighting against the Britishers. We have people like Nana Sahib Peshwa and Begum Hazrat Mahal who had to save their life, for which they fled to Nepal. They took shelter or they took a refuge in Nepal. They had to stay in Nepal because if they would have not done so, of course, they would also have lost their life in this fight. Bahadur Shah, the proclaimed emperor, was imprisoned. He was sent to the prison and he was deported at Rangoon. Tata Tope, another very, very brave warrior, he fought continuously for next 10 months and he gave a very fierce fight, intense fight to the Britishers single-handedly. But then, due to the treacherous attitude of the people, those who were around him, they became disloyal and they betrayed him, and therefore he was caught at the hands of the Britishers and he was hanged to death. In this way, by the end of 1858, the Britishers ruthlessly, mercilessly crushed the struggle. Children, we have already learned that people from all communities, from various parts of India, various territories, regions, religion, sect, everyone got together, came together to fight unitedly against the British. I would repeat that in this rebellion, Hindus and the Muslims stood by each other. They helped each other to fight against their one common enemy, that is the Englishmen. There was a single goal, there was a single aim for these revolters, that is to overthrow the British rule from India. Though the revolt was crushed, but then it proved as an inspiration for the freedom struggle movement which was taken ahead in the later years. Therefore, this struggle, though it was crushed, did not go in vain. Gradually, it gained momentum and it gained a nature of a national struggle in the later years of Indian freedom struggle movement. Dear children, we stop here for today. We would continue with the causes of the failure of the struggle of 1857 in the next class. Please read over and again till where we have finished so that you are well versed with the contents of the lesson. While revising, see that you learn the dates, the names, and revise it the way I have told you. We meet in the next week, taking the lesson ahead. Till then, revise and read it again and again so that all the important points are retained in your mind well. Look after your health, which is of prime importance now. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.